Welcome to Mom Matters. I'm your host, Dver, and in the next 10 easy-to-watch minutes, we're going to give you some really practical tips for more productive parenting. Tonight's topic is Kid-chens, fun and safe cooking with your kids. And joining us is our host, Sharon Tomlinson. Sharon has over 20 years' experience working in the restaurant, catering, and food service businesses. She has a degree from the most prestigious Johnson & Wales University. And she teaches kid cooking classes called Junior Chefs and Fun with Food camps. And what I love about those, Sharon, is that you teach them both international foods as well as making healthy food choices, which is wonderful. She teaches some adult classes as well. And on top of all of that, she's a mom with 2 kids ages 7 and 10. So thank you for being here tonight, Sharon.
Thank you for having me.
I know when we spoke earlier, you were saying there's some fantastic benefits about cooking with your kids that a lot of people don't consider. So let's tell our viewers what those things are.
Absolutely. It is very important in developmental skills for children because there's so many things while you're cooking, such as reading a recipe, understanding written instructions in the recipe. Mathematical skills come into play with measuring and the length of time you need to cook. Mastering teamwork, working with an adult and other children, and also expanding your creative boundaries.
Awesome. Those are excellent points, really great points. So for parents who don't do it a lot, how do they get started?
Very, very easy. One of the things that I like to do is to get a very kid-friendly cookbook. They're in any store that sells books. You will find children's cookbooks. Sit down with your children. Depending on their ages, maybe you want a book that might have some great pictures of food in it so that they can see the recipes or the pictures. Or if they're a little older, they don't need the pictures as much. Sit down and talk about what you want. We need to plan the recipes for the week, but we do need to have some vegetables and some fruit in there, some healthy options. And then have your children contribute. Sit down, discuss what you've come up with, and that's your recipes for the week. And it's great because kids get involved, they get excited about what they're going to make and eat for the week.
I would imagine, too, as they are participating in the preparation, it's probably easier to get them to taste new things and be a little bit more adventurous in their palates.
Absolutely. I find an experience from my own children and working with younger children that if they see the ingredient and handle it, and they see what way it's prepared and how it goes into the food, they are more likely to try the dishes that you prepare with them and be a little bit more adventurous, and eventually they will be very adventurous in their eating habits.
Excellent. That's a good point. I know some parents are very nervous about having kids in the kitchen, whether it's because it's dangerous or it just gets too chaotic. So give us some tips about how to minimize the dangers, increase the safety.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing you want to talk about is the rules in the kitchen. Who touches the stove? Obviously the adults touch the stove. Where do pots and pans go on the stove with the handles facing towards the back? Also, who gets to use the knives? That would be the adults, unless the children are a lot older. And what happens in case of a breakage or spillage in the kitchen? How is that handled? So all of those things you should go over before you start to cook with your children.
Okay, very good point. We're going to take a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we have some great recipes that can really get you started cooking with your kids in the kitchen, as well as resources to find some great ideas. We'll be right back. In the new book, Healthy Eating During Pregnancy, you'll find all the information you need for having a healthy diet before, during, and after pregnancy. Inside, find nutrition basics on everything from vitamins and minerals to reading food labels. Special sections on morning sickness, food safety, and the latest guidelines for diabetic moms-to-be. You'll also find easy-to-use checklists and hundreds of recipes for daily meal planning. So get Healthy Eating During Pregnancy now at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or at a bookstore near you. Welcome back to Mom Matters. We're here with Sharon Tomlinson talking about Kid-chens, having fun and safe cooking experiences with your kids. And we promised our viewers to talk about some of these great recipe ideas you have.
Absolutely. One of the things that I do for my younger children is it's called Shake 'em Up Eggs, and it's very, very easy. What I recommend when cooking any recipe with the child is always use a bowl to crack an egg, and crack an egg one at a time, because sometimes the children will get some shells and they can pick the shells out and then add it to your recipe. With Shake 'em Up Eggs, they just crack the egg one at a time, put it in a spaghetti jar cleaned out, add whatever toppings they like, grated cheese, maybe some sliced up ham. You can use the scissors to cut turkey, ham, scallions, whatever the children would like. Put it in here, put the lid on, shake it up, and then the adult will take over and saute it up in the cooking pan.
Shake 'em up eggs. I
Shake
love
'em up
it.
eggs, very easy. Another great easy recipe for children, it's kind of like Play-Doh, is make potato gnocchis. You can use sweet potatoes or regular potatoes. Add equal amounts of flour and mashed potatoes. Mix it all up, roll it out like Play-Doh in a long snake-like form. Have them cut it up, and then you boil it in water. Season with salt and pepper and butter.
Yummy.
Delicious.
Yeah, easy to do.
Easy to do. And another one I have is, my kids make this one all the time, is flour tortillas. Again, cut it with the scissors
Okay.
into little triangles, put it on a pan, brush it with some butter, season it with cinnamon and sugar, and stick it in the oven. Again, that's the adult part. And cook it, toast it, and it's delicious, and kids will love it.
Sounds great. You mentioned scissors more than once tonight, and I'm sure you don't mean the scissors that we're cutting and gluing with our crafts. Right?
Absolutely. I have, what I recommend is you have some utensils that your children use only. Keep them in a separate area in a little box in the kitchen, and know that the scissors are not for crafts, they're for kitchen use only, and only when there is an adult with them. And have little safe knives maybe that they can use, or spreaders, and their own measuring utensils, and also great little rolling pin that's child size. You can get these at any cooking store.
I was going to say, that's great. I love the little rolling pin that you have.
They can use either end, so it works out really good for
Fantastic.
them.
I love that. Other tips that you have, like for example, I noticed that when you brought your cutting board, you put something underneath it. When
you're working with children, sometimes if you're working on a slippery countertop, the cutting board can slide all over the place. So what I do is I have a little gripper, or you can just get a wet paper towel and put that down, put your cutting board right on top, and then your children have a safe surface to cut, and they're not going to slide all over the place.
That's great. Another tip that I'd like to get your opinion on is my 4-year-old. He needs to be boosted up on a stool. Any particular way, or facing, or what is the best way to kind of get the little ones really involved?
I would recommend a footstool that's wide so that they're not going to teeter off the side of it, or bring a chair right up to the counter but away from the stove. And then that's where they stay, and bring the utensils to them so that they're not getting up and down and falling off the chair, because with little ones that's what's going to happen. So in one position you bring things to them.
Okay. I know too, when we announced this show, we had some of our viewers write in asking questions, and one of the most popular questions was about dealing with raw meat, the chicken and fish and hamburger. Can children manage that? Should they manage that?
Absolutely, that's how they're going to learn. I would stress the importance of hand washing. Maybe keep a nail brush by the sink so they can clean their nails beforehand.
Okay.
They can certainly make meatballs, cut up chicken, again using a scissors or a small knife, and then the importance of washing their hands immediately when they're finished, so that they're not touching their face or licking their fingers or anything like that. And it's a great way for children to learn about hygiene as well as bacteria, that it's dangerous to be putting things in your mouth, and it's perfect for them to learn that.
In fact, speaking of putting things in your mouth, I know that my little guy also likes to take all of these spatulas and things that when we make cookies and other things, and lick them. And when we were growing up, that was fine.
Right.
These days, with raw eggs, I know it's not such a good idea. So
I try to stress, when we start cooking, we're not going to lick anything. Everything goes in the sink when we're done. We get to taste the food, but there is raw food in this, and you don't really want to be getting a tummy ache. And
That's
sort
right.
of, the younger they are, I gear it towards them.
that's great. We have just a few seconds left to kind of give any specific resources that you have to our viewers, where great places they can look for information.
Absolutely. Well, you can get these cookbooks at any of the cooking stores, or Barnes & Noble. Any of the big stores will have a huge section on cooking with kids. Another great resource is the Food Network. They always talking about kid-friendly recipes. Any of the chefs have books out, as well as they mention it on their show. So that's a great resource for children.
Excellent. I appreciate it, Sharon. I want to thank you for joining us today on Mom Matters. Please visit our blog, which is http://mom-matters.blogspot.com. All our previous shows are listed there, as well as some information on our upcoming show. And related to this show, our next show will be about food safety, in fact. So thank you again to Sharon and our sponsors for this show. I'm Dver for Mom Matters, where we're giving you practical tips for more productive parenting.